So welcome. Tonight we're doing politics. We are in the middle of the year. Today is actually the 15th of June. So that's the middle of the 6th month. So essentially half year. And Global Info Analytics have done a survey. Musa is the Executive Director of Global Info Analytics. Musa, welcome to the show tonight.
Thank you, Bernard.
I see. We don't have midterm elections in Ghana, but it seems as if you've given us a midterm sense of where we are in the race for 2024. What are you really trying to do with these surveys?
Basically, we're trying to gauge the political atmosphere as it exists in the primaries for both parliamentary and then presidential elections. And I believe people are listening to what is happening around the country and they would like to know what is happening. What we're just doing is just to inform the public, educate them, and let people be aware of what's happening in their own constituencies.
I see. So, how many of these have you done since 2021?
Oh, 2021, we've done this, I think it's about third or fourth poll. We did the first one in January, which looked at other issues, including these particular races, and also on the E-levy. And then we did that Joasafu one in Domi Kwabinya, just before the issue of hair removal came on. And then we did another one in April. So this result is the April that we've kind of delved deeper into it to really bring out what we saw.
So these are insights from the April survey?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Do you intend to do any more before?
Yes, in fact, we are going back to the country next month, first week of July. We'll be there for 2 weeks.
Wow.
We are doing 75 constituencies this time.
You are expanding. So for this round, you did how many constituencies?
68.
68?
Yes.
From how many regions?
All the 16 regions.
All 16 regions?
Yes.
I see. And so how many constituencies per region?
It depends. Accra and Ashanti region being the largest, and then you have Central region and Western region, and the East region follows. The rest kind of 3, 2, depending upon the size of the population of that region, yes.
So in terms of your sampling, what methods did you use?
For April, we did a combined methodology. One was purposeful sampling, which is we pre-selected some 34, just to give us the assurance that there will be representation from each region. And then on top of that, we added another 34. And those 34 was entirely randomly selected using the simulator that we use. So
you have 68 constituencies in all?
Yes.
I'm seeing Greater Accra, you did 7 constituencies.
Yes.
And then Ashanti, you did 8, Central 6, Eastern 5, Upper West 3, Upper East 5, Oti 2, Volta 6. So it's expressed through.
Yes.
Very good. Now, you in the parliamentary, what were you trying to find out? Because I noticed you divided the survey into 3. You said some people are in serious trouble nationally, some are in serious trouble in their party, and then some are going to win.
Yes.
Can you explain that?
Basically, what we're trying to do is that, you see, we want to educate and inform the public, including people who may be given the mandate to take decisions on their party's behalf, so that they can see which of their MPs is vulnerable. And if they are vulnerable, what can they do about it? So we looked at those that are scoring below 50% in terms of the likelihood of being voted by the constituents. We asked them, would you vote for your current MP? And the answers were very likely, likely, neutral, very unlikely, and unlikely. So when we sum the very likely and likely, if your number doesn't add up to 50%, it means you might be in trouble. There are those that are really, really below that number. So those are those that are in very, very serious trouble.
To make it easy for viewers, I'm going to start with Greater Accra region. You did 7. Ablekuma South, Anyaso Utum, Dome Kwabinya, Ashaiman, Madina, Ayawaso East, and Ayawaso West Wuogon.
Yes.
These are the 7. Now, before we come to the presidential, I noticed that in Ablekuma South, you say the NDC candidate is safe. That's, what's his name? Chenche.
Chenche, yes.
He's safe.
He's safe. Because the people that are prepared to vote for him are far higher than the 50% margin that he needs to cross. And those that are not willing to vote for him are around 30%. So, and there are people who are in the neutral. So he can probably bring some of the neutral guys onto the positives and will just be safe.
So for viewers who don't know, Ablekuma South is really, what do you call it, a coastal constituency. This is Choko areas, part of Mamprobi, and possibly Kolegono. That's Ablekuma South. Then you did Anyaso Utum. And Anyaso Utum, you said the MPP is an MPP seat.
Yes.
But you said that the candidate was in serious trouble.
Yeah.
Dr. Collins.
Dr. Dixon. Adumakun Kisi.
You say he's in real danger. What's the point going on there?
Because in Anyaso Utum, only 12.1% said they're going to vote for him.
Hey.
And this is a constituency that is 62.6% MPP dominated.
So it's an MPP dominated constituency?
Yes. And yet he's really behind.
Wow. Did you find out why?
No, we don't find out why, because that's somebody's job to do. But it doesn't surprise me because if you look at that constituency as well, it looks as if none of the MPP candidates are able to beat Bahama in that constituency.
You also the presidential?
Yes, in the mock-up presidential hit-up.
So in the presidential, NDC does better?
Both His Excellency Dr. Baumia and Alan are losing to John Mahama in Anyaso Utum, which is quite unusual. And that could explain the reason why Dr. Kisi is also in trouble.
And you didn't ask why?
No, that is another point.
Oh, but what is this issue? So you what question did you ask them?
You know, there are so many questions that we asked in terms of the economy, direction of the country, approval of the president, and so on and so forth, and many other issues. Then we come to the point where we ask them, are you likely, or how likely that you vote for your current MP?
And this is
the answers they gave.
There are so many electoral areas. How many? So it's a sample of the electoral areas. It's not all the electoral areas.
No, it's not all the electoral areas. So to really know what is happening there, I think they need to do further study of a larger sample size.
But the sample of electoral areas in Anyaso Utum you spoke to, they did not want, they didn't, are these MPP supporters or just general voters?
General voters.
General voters.
Because the respondents, we have about 62% of them are MPP. And NDC 22%.
Wow.
Or
so basically your sample represents
the entire population, voter population, people who go and
in 2020 he won by 64%.
Yeah.
So it's an MPP dominated area.
Absolutely.
And yet they said don't vote for him.
Yeah.
And even for the presidential, Mahama was doing better.
In fact, he's beating both Alan and Baumia in Anyaso Utum.
Interesting. You also did Dome Kwabenya. Show us Dome Kwabenya. Dome Kwabenya is a very controversial constituency now. What did your findings say at Dome Kwabenya?
You know, last time she won by almost 18 percentage point.
Yeah.
This time she was just on the margin, 50.3% said they will vote for her. So which doesn't give you, it's within the margin of error.
So actually in 2020, her margin of victory was 17.7.
Yeah.
58%.
Yes.
And this is a large constituency.
Large constituency.
When you did the poll, what percentage said they will vote for her?
50.3%.
50, so half of the voters?
Yes.
So her fortunes have come down?
Come down significantly.
Wow. And again, you didn't ask why?
No. And we understand she might not go again. But if she does, she needs two things to happen to win the seat. Otherwise, the seat will go.
Which is what?
She will need the full support of MPP.
So there should be no division?
There's no division. If it's any single division in Dome Kwabenya, that seat will go.
What did NDC get the other time?
The other time when we did, she was beating Michael Quay by 1%.
No, okay, I'm talking about what did NDC get? She got 58 in the election itself.
Yes.
So NDC would have had like...
she was around 40-something percent.
41 point something.
Percent, yes.
So if there's division in MPP...
the seat will go.
Depending on who NDC brings.
Yes.
Very interesting. So, but some people are even surprised that she even got above 50 because she's not been there and all of that.
You know, there are people who are very loyal to her. That's why I've been saying that...
Are there, which parts of the...
You see, Taifa North and Taifa South.
It's
very strong Ajosafu.
Taifa North and Taifa South.
Yes, because of her father's linkages with the church and other things there.
Well, are people in Taifa Christos Afu people?
A lot of them are Christos Afu people. So their loyalty may not be to the party, but to the person of Ajosafu.
All right. You also did I also West to Wogon. You also did Medina and Ashaiman. And for all three, you said the incumbents were safe.
Yes, they are safe.
So, because I also was very competitive in 2020.
No, for now, maybe, you know, sometimes when a candidate is announced that they're going to face this person, then the race begin to kind of...
But for now, because NDC hasn't mentioned a candidate.
So that's what we are seeing right now.
So, what's the name?
Lydia
looks safe.
From what we've seen, she's safe.
And then Medina as well. You said the NDC guy is safe.
Is safe, yes.
Sosu.
Or Sosu. Yes, Sosu.
And Ashama was also safe.
Yes.
As well as Ayawaso East.
Yeah, Nima.
So there's 7 constituencies in Greater Accra. The 2 constituencies that had issues were Anyaso Tuom and Domi Kwabinya,
yes,
where MPP is likely in trouble.
And remember, these are dominant MPP constituencies, and they're in trouble there.
Okay. Let's do Ashanti briefly. I found Ashanti interesting. Your analysis of Ashanti, you separated it in 3 as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those, and it looks like Ashanti, a lot of it was places where the MPP candidate is in trouble for primaries, not nationally.
Yes, because you see, there are certain constituencies or regions that the fact that you're running on the ticket of that party, you're lucky to win. So if somebody is in voter region and is in trouble in terms of the numbers,
it's just a primary issue.
It's just a primary issue.
So the first place I noticed was Swami. What did you see at Swami?
Swami, the incumbent, the majority leader is on 34.6%.
As in the percent of people said they'll vote for him.
Yes.
34.6%.
Yes. And 53.7% said they won't vote for him.
Hey!
And that is
this is Chairman
Sabonsu. And I think this will embolden anybody who wants to contest him.
In the primaries?
In the primaries, yes.
You are serious?
Very serious.
So the majority leader in parliament,
it's not by a majority of his
so
voters.
he got less than 40%
in
the poll you did?
Yes.
Wow. Did they? But you should have asked them who they will vote for.
No, you see, we have to be mindful of what we are doing, what we're trying to achieve.
Okay.
If you want to put so many things in the poll, you will just kind of distort.
So you were just basically asking different questions around the economy, president, and then you slipped in a question
of
what do you think of your MP?
Exactly.
Will you vote for him again?
Again.
And 30% said they will?
34.6% they will.
And then the other percent said what?
53.7% said they won't. And only 13% are neutral. So even if you bring all neutral guys to your side, you'll still be below 50%.
So if you add those who said they won't vote for him, those they will vote for him, and those who said they don't know, it's still below those who said they won't vote.
Exactly.
So you think that he may be hot in the primaries, but not in the general election.
But once he becomes the MPP candidate,
because he got 76.
Yeah, I mean, you see, when it comes to some of these things, as they say in the US, they will vote while holding their noses.
Still in Ashanti, by way of primaries, you also said that Kwadaso was in trouble.
Yes.
Who is the MP for Kwadaso?
Honorable Kingsley Nyaku.
Kingsley Nyaku.
He was 11.7%.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Hey. And again, you didn't ask why.
No, we never asked.
How many said they will
65.9.
Said they won't vote for him?
Yes.
You didn't, I see. Again, so when you add the 2, it's still below. So Kingsley Nyaku may be in trouble for primaries.
Yes.
Which other Ashanti seats?
Asukwa. Honorable Patricia Apieje.
Patricia Apieje. So before that, this is Kingsley Nyaku. The MP is in trouble, likely to struggle to make it through the primaries. But if he does, we don't expect him to lose. So these guys, once they win the primaries...
Once they win the primary, we don't expect them NDC
now, you said Cecilia, Patricia Apieje is in trouble.
Yes.
She's MP for Asukwa.
Yes.
What percentage?
8.7%.
Hey, these are very low numbers.
Low numbers.
Why? They get no reason.
No, that's another assignment.
I see. Because go back to Kingsley Nyaku. Let me see. What did Kingsley Nyaku get in 2020? Guys, if you can
he got 87.5%.
Which is pretty high.
Yes.
But if you come to
today,
Patricia,
she got 64.8.
64.8.
Yes.
So it's not that high.
No, compared to...
For an Ashanti, I see. So she had a very low team supporting her. Which other Ashanti seat?
Kwabre East.
Kwabre East?
Yes. Francisca Oting Mensah.
Oting Mensah?
Yes.
What's happening to her?
15.3%.
Of the respondents said they will vote for her?
Yeah.
So you're saying if she loses the primary, if she wins the primary, she will go through?
Yes.
But if she has a strong fight,
she might go.
Okay. But you also did Menchia North in Shayeso, Dwabin, and Asawasi.
Yes.
What did you see in Menchia North?
Those are mainly safe guys.
So the Menchia North guy, he's like, what's his name?
Menchia North is Honorable Akwesi Kunedu.
And he is okay?
He's okay.
What did he get?
63.6% say they will vote for him.
He's a young guy.
A young guy, yes.
I think he's liked. And then, which other Ashanti city?
In Shiaso is Honorable Dr. Stephen Amoa.
Sticker.
Is
he okay?
He's just 53.6%, 53.6. So it's not too in a very too comfortable zone, but it's about 50%.
It's about 15.
Yes.
So he's okay in a way.
Yeah, he's okay in a way. Yes, yes.
And then where else did you see in Ashanti?
We looked at Joabin as well.
Joabin.
Ama Poma Boatin.
And what did she get?
She got 67.5.
That's very high.
Yeah, she's okay.
So you think if she'll sail through the primaries?
Yeah, barring any.
But you should know the primaries dynamics are different.
Yes.
Because the people may say they like her, but the delegates may say she's not helping them.
But you see, Bernard, in delegate issues, there is always a bit of feeling that the delegate tend to speak the minds of the people they represent.
Okay.
So if you are doing very bad, it will feed into the delegate numbers that you get.
Okay.
If you're doing well too, it will feed.
I see. So in Ashanti you did 7, 1, 2, 3.
And then we did Asawasi as well.
Asawasi, what did you find?
Muntaka Mubarak, he's safe.
He's safe?
Yes.
So Muntaka is safe, Menshia North is safe, Ishaiso is safe, Joabin is safe. Kwabre East is hot, Suame is hot, Kwadaso is hot, Asokwa is hot.
Yes.
Let's do Western. Because I thought some of your findings in Western. Western, you did how many constituencies?
We did 4 constituencies in Western, yes.
Sekendi, Takrady, Takwa, and Esikado. Let's start with Esikado. I thought Esikado is Jogate.
Let me just get to the Esikado.
I'm just pulling out. So in Esikado,
yes,
you said Jogate is in trouble.
Very, very big trouble.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What has he done? What did he get? Okay, in the 2020, he got 51.4. That's
so he was almost about to lose in the last election.
Oh wow, borderline 50. So this is who is the lady from NDC?
Dr.
Ayensu.
Grace
Ayensu. So Jogate didn't do that well.
No, last time.
And you are telling me that when you did the poll, what percentage said they would vote for him?
11.1%. For Jogate, yes.
Oh. Why?
I know the answer. But I think he's had issues with the constituency for some time. It was just sheer luck that he survived last election.
Are you serious?
Yes.
So you think his problems predate 2020?
Yes.
Do you know? Okay, maybe we have to do our own survey. So Jogate is in trouble.
Very big trouble.
You also did Sekendi. Sekendi is it Mesa?
Yeah, Japan Mesa.
And what did you find?
Now, Japan Mesa got 20.5%.
Hey.
And 64.1% said they won't vote for him.
They won't?
They won't.
Is Sekendi a safe seat?
It should have been.
It was 60% MPP.
Yes. Last time he won by 24% margin.
So it's relatively comfortable.
Yeah, relatively comfortable.
So he may be in primary trouble.
No, a lot of things are happening because sometimes you have to read meaning into other data that we have seen.
What else have you seen?
Because in that constituency, in one breath, you see one of the MPP candidates losing against Bawumia, losing against Mahama, and one candidate winning. So the dynamics there is quite complex. We don't understand what is happening there.
So it needs further studies.
Yes, but generally, I think the party brand is suffering in Takrady.
Did Sekendi and Takrady?
Yes.
So do you find the same thing in Takrady as well?
In fact, what is happening in Esikado is happening in Takrady, Sekendi, and Takwa and Suaim. Now, we're trying to understand whether it's going to be around the coastal area. So we have to understand whether the demographic of Efia constituency, Kwesi-Mintim, whether what is happening in these areas are really what is going to happen around those areas. If that pans out there, it will be a very difficult night.
Really?
Yes.
So what you found in Esikado, you found in Sekendi,
and found Takrady.
And you found in Takwa. So all the 4 Western seats you tested.
Yeah, they are all in trouble.
But you're not sure whether it's a primary type of trouble.
No, these ones are bigger than primary problems.
Really?
Yes.
Show me Takwa and Swahim. Show me Takwa. I just want to see something, if you have it. So this is George Merkuduka, Deputy Minister for Mines. So actually, his margin of victory was, he got below 50% in the 20...
In fact, he got the most tiniest 0.15% margin.
So it's a very tiny...
You need just less than 100 people to switch 50.
And when you ask people, what did they say about him? What percentage did he get?
He got 27.4%.
Wow. So this is beyond a primaries issue?
No, it's beyond primary issues, yes.
Do you know who the NDC candidate was?
At the time, no, I can't remember.
We don't remember. Wow. But I recall he had a fierce primaries battle with the guy who's running for General Secretary. What's his name? Bisil. Charles Bisil.
Oh, okay.
And we've also heard of other maneuverings by other people in the constituency.
If you look at
so we expect a tough primaries.
Very, very tough primaries for him.
For Merkuduka.
And then if he survives, you'll have a very tough general election.
Wow. Finally, we had Takrady itself.
Takrady.
And even Takrady, where the regional minister is. You also, what did you...
He is in the worst form of shape.
Are you serious?
7.2%.
Oh, wow.
85.8 say they won't vote for him.
Well, he could question the
That's what I'm saying. It's a sample from his constituency. So if
maybe you went to the NDC part. You say you went to the...
We don't target a place that we visit. We don't target.
So
it's a random in the street of Takrady.
I see. Well, we'll take a break. When we come back, I will look at a few more regions, central and a couple more regions. Then we'll come to the presidential, because in the presidential as well, he has some very interesting things to say about the Bawumia versus Alan, which they seem to be presumptive leaders. And then you compared their performance within MPP supporters to national, and then compare them to Mahama as well. I see. This is a point of view. Tonight we are doing politics, and it's like a midterm dipstick, and apparently some very prominent names are in trouble in their parties. What do you think? Send us a comment. If you're a candidate watching and you want to react, please let me know. We'll call you and put you on. You can challenge the research, but this is a live show. We're looking at what the 2024 picture looks like. Stay with us. Welcome back. Tonight on The Point of View is a sneak preview into 2024, analyzing 68 constituencies for parliamentary and presidential elections. Musa Dankwa is my guest. He is the Chief Executive of Global Info Analytics. They did a survey of 68 constituencies. He says the confidence interval is 99%, margin of error plus or minus 1.799, and this was to just... interviews were carried out between 7th April to 18th April, and they used both online and offline data to ensure.
No online.
You used
just field.
Field work. So this is field work. Okay, field work. So you didn't use any online.
No.
Good. And we've done Greater Accra. It says in Greater Accra they did 7 constituencies. Anyaso, Tom, and Dome Kwabenya look shaky. And if you go to the Western region, Takrady, Sekendi, Takwa and Shayim and Esikado all look shaky for the MPP. If you go into, let's do Central.
Okay.
Where did you check? What did you check in Central?
The Central region, the NDC appeared to be in trouble.
The who?
NDC.
Appear to be in trouble.
In Central region.
Okay.
Because of the 4 areas that are in trouble, 3 belong to NDC.
You did only, okay, so...
The ones that are in trouble.
Trouble, okay. So
3 are NDC and 1 is MPP.
Okay, so which ones are in trouble?
Asin Saf for MPP.
Okay,
this Honorable John in Tim Fojo.
What did you find?
He is backed by 18% of voters.
Oh, what has he done? I see. And your conclusion is that?
Look, from what we've seen elsewhere in the data, if he wins the primary, he could lose the election.
Really? What was his margin in 20...
very thin, 3%.
It was a 3-way race.
Yes, I think one independent candidate there.
It was a 3-way race.
Yes.
So he had 39%.
Yes, 39.25%.
And there was an independent candidate.
That's what, yes.
So he could lose the seat even if he wins the primaries?
Yes, unless there is coming together of that. If the independent candidate doesn't show up again,
I see.
then he could pick up a lot of support from there.
So in your dipstick, you didn't get a lot of popular support for him?
No.
I see. Where else did you check?
We looked at
Isikuma
Odobing Brakwa.
Who is the candidate?
Al Hassan Kobina Gansa.
And what did you find?
He got 17.4%.
Very low.
Very low. 43.2 said they won't vote for him.
In 2020, what did he get?
He got 52.5%, and his margin was 5% margin.
So it's a very thin.
Very thin. So if you have a swing of half of the 5%, you are gone.
So Isikuma is looking shaky.
Yes, at the moment.
Is this so? This is not a primary issue. This is a national.
This is the national issue.
I see. What about Ewutu Senya East? Ewutu Senya West.
West. That's Honorable Gisela Akushika Agbotui.
What did you find?
She's also in trouble.
Okay.
33.7%.
33, but that's high. I mean, compared to somebody got 18. But she's in trouble?
That means she's in trouble. And about the same number, 32.7, said they won't vote for her.
What about those who said they won't do anything?
Also 33.7%.
So it's split three ways?
Yes.
33 said they will.
Yes.
32 said they won't. 33 said they don't know.
Yeah,
so it's very...
So she could scrape it across the finish line if her candidate is able to drag her with him.
So you said we expect this race to be keenly contested. If Mahama wins, she could benefit from the down ballot
effect. Yes. You know, when you are a parliamentary candidate and you have a candidate that is winning that constituency, he tends to carry you with him.
Because her margin was very low, 4.5.
Yeah, margin, yes.
So 51%.
Yes.
I see. And then you did Gomoa West.
Gomoa West, Honorable Richard Jan Mensah on 13.4%.
Wow. Very low.
Very low.
Again, his margin in 2020 was not that big.
8.15%.
So these are the four central people in trouble.
Yes.
I noticed you did some Ahafo and Bono regions. Yes. Let me go to Bono.
Channel, okay. Bono, we have Doma West. Yes, Doma West is so in trouble.
Doma West.
But not that much because he could scrape because
what did he get?
48.2%. Just below the hurdle.
And who was the name of this guy?
Honorable Vincent Opon Asamoah.
So he shouldn't be that much worried.
Yes.
Unlike the Wenchi guy.
Yes.
What did the Wenchi guy get?
Wenchi Bono is. Wenchi.
No, Wenchi is it Wenchi?
No, sorry.
Wenchi is Bono.
Bono, okay. 1 second.
Because I'm seeing here 38.6.
Yes, it's got 38.6%.
Are likely to vote for him.
Yes. Whereas 52.7 said they won't vote for him.
And his margin in 2020 was what?
5.8. Very thin, razor thin margin.
So what's his name? Saidu Haruna?
Saidu Haruna, yes.
So he's hot?
He's hot.
And then German North as well. You said 36% were likely to vote for him. While 41 said they were unlikely.
No.
And that a serious threat to him and that there could be a dog's fight in 2024. Because he had a 10% margin.
Yes.
This is German North.
German North, yes.
I see. I just wanted to go to some of the northern constituencies quickly. Saboba.
Saboba, NDC is in trouble in Saboba.
Why?
We don't know why. But their MP appears to be losing
ground.
Yes.
Joseph Bukari. What percentage said they would vote for him?
17.5%.
And the 2020 result was pretty close.
Yes, 6.2.
52.
Margin of 6.2. So he hasn't got room to
so
spread.
in the north, the ones that in the northern region, the one that was in trouble was Saboba.
Yes.
In the number that you did.
Yes, the number that we did.
All right. What about Upper East, Upper West? Did you find anybody in trouble?
Yes, let's look at I think Upper East. Navrongo Central.
Navrongo Central.
Yes. Honorable Samson Charagia.
What did he get?
He got 23%.
Wow. So Navrongo Central has an issue.
Yes. He has an issue.
What was the result in 2020?
62.3%.
That's pretty big.
Yeah, he was comfortably ahead at the time, but now he appears to be in serious trouble.
And still in the Upper East, who else is in trouble?
Nabdam.
Nabdam.
Yes.
What's his name?
Mark Ked.
Nawani.
Yes, Nawani. He got 30.8%.
I see. So in your view, he's in trouble?
But for him, the good thing is that those who are neutral are about almost 54%.
So maybe they were just not
enthused. Maybe at the time they may coalesce around him. And because of where he is and those who are undecided, he could, but it doesn't mean that he's out of woods.
You did a few in the north that you said were safe. So I'm looking at things like...
Yendi was one of them.
Yendi is safe.
Yeah, Yendi is safe.
Nadoli Kalio
is safe.
Wa Central.
Dafiama, Busi Isa, they're all safe. Wa Central is quite handsomely up. Baku Central is just above 50%, but we don't think he's in serious trouble.
And then Bolgatanga East.
Bolgatanga East, yes. Honorable Dominic Ayeni.
He's also safe.
He's also safe.
What about Tiana Paga?
China Paga is also, he's around 45%. And about almost 30% of them said they are neutral. So he doesn't need much to cross the borderline. And it's a constituency that I think John Mahama will win. And that should help him across the finish line.
In the Volta region, what I found interesting was Peter Mewu. You said he was safe.
Yes.
What did you get?
And we thought it was one off kind of win the season and we get it back from you. But Mewu has kind of consolidated his position in the 77% said they will vote for him.
Wow. In the Hohwe constituency?
Yeah, Hohwe constituency.
So you think Mewu will win re-election?
I think he will barring any catastrophic event for him, I think he will win re-election.
The other voter you did were all safe. You did Ketu South,
Ketu
safe.
South,
Bando, safe.
Yeah.
South Dai, safe. You did Tamale Central.
Yes.
Safe.
Safe.
Yendi, safe. Tamale North.
Safe.
Bunkurugu.
Also safe.
Nalerugu Gambaga.
Also safe. But on the border margin.
Because Nalerugu Gambaga in the 2020 had 54%.
54%.
I see. And you say he's safe as well?
Because he's not far from that margin.
52% said they'll vote for him.
Yes. And then we have about 10.5% said they are neutral a bit. And in that constituency, John Mahama is winning big. So that kind of winning by your leading candidate tend to,
What did you find in Bole Bamboy?
Bole Bamboy, I think they're also safe.
He's safe?
Yes.
I see. So most of the north, they are safe?
This guy, Atibu Wamentin, that Sanja Nanja, is surprisingly safe. 76% said they'll vote for him.
He's very popular. Sanja Nanja.
Yes.
I see. All right, let's come to the presidential, because I think that's where the issues are. So what did you do for Baumia versus Alan? What are you trying to find out?
You see, we've always taken keen interest in knowing who is leading among the MPP frontrunners. And then when we've done that, we tend to put them head-to-head against the presumptive candidate for NDC. Now, we had in January Dr. Dufour as another leading candidate for the NDC. But after the poll in January, we realized that his numbers were so low that for us, it wasn't viable for us to continue matching him head-to-head.
So you decided that you wouldn't do...
At the time, but we've had a second thought again because we want to keep the race competitive. So we brought him again for the next round of polling. So we're going to bring him.
So for the presidential, you did only MPP?
MPP.
And then you compared the MPP to Mahama?
Yes.
So Mahama seems to be the presumptive candidate?
Yes, that's what we did.
Good. But you say you've repented. You go back to Dufour.
Yes. We want to be fair to him, to be honest.
So you go back to Dufour in 20... Okay. So show me the national picture for Baumia and Chemating for 2024. So you did a national, then you have among MPP supporters, and then you have among floating voters, and then you have among NDC people.
Yes.
So what did you find out?
It is difficult to speak to delegates at this stage.
So these are just normal voters who are sympathizers?
Who are sympathizers.
Okay.
Now, we looked into those who said they belong to the MPP fraternity. They are affiliated to MPP. And for those, when it came to Baumia and Alan, what were their choices that they make? Now, we believe that these choices will be reflected by the delegates.
Okay.
Generally.
So for MPP nationally, what percentage did Baumia get?
Baumia got 54%.
And Alan got
45.9%, almost 46%.
So did you ask them, or you made it open-ended?
No, we asked them. If you were a delegate in an MPP primary, which of the following candidates would you vote for?
So you mentioned the names.
All the names, yes.
You mentioned Kwabena Japan.
Everybody is there.
You mentioned Ejakun.
Kennedy Japan is there. Adainimo is there. The Agric Minister, everybody is there.
So in the 68 constituencies,
yes.
Bawumia got 54%.
Yes.
Alan got 46%.
Yes.
And the rest didn't get anything.
No, they got some. I think Japan got 3%.
Kwabena Japan.
No, Japan. Kennedy Japan
got 3%.
3%. Follow him closely was the Agric Minister, 4th. So the top 4 are Bawumia, Alan, the Agric Minister, and Kennedy Japan.
They are the top 4.
Yes. The rest are just below numbers.
And among MPP supporters,
yes.
Bawumia gets 54%.
Yes.
Alan gets 46%. How does that translate among, say, okay, let's come to national picture. When you put everybody together, not just MPP supporters.
Yes.
When you put everybody together, what did you get?
Right. When we put everybody together, Alan was on 36% nationally, compared to Bawumia's 33%.
So this includes people who say they support NDC, people who say they are not
Floating
going to
voters,
vote, people who say...
Yes, those who say they're going to vote, if they were going to...
If you're going to vote, all
yes.
those who vote. So
yes.
floating voters, MPP, NDC...
And other parties.
Bawumia, Alan gets 36.
Yes.
Bawumia gets 33.
Yes. So if you look at the within MPP, it's about 8 percentage point gap. And between the national, it's just 3% between Alan and Bawumia nationally. Okay.
I have some of these charts. When I come back, I'll show it. I just wanted to show you these charts when we come back. So this is the point of view. We are trying to... Look, this is 2022. I think it's a few months away, so we'll see how it looks like. But we're looking now at the candidates for presidential, some very interesting findings. And then he compares these two to Mahama and finds some very interesting things as well. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Welcome back. So for those of you asking about the other constituencies, we'll publish the full poll on our website and on that place where you can get. But the key ones that are in trouble, we've already shown you. On the presidential side of things, we're now looking at the national picture. And we're told by Musa's team that Bawumia's, Alan is 36%, Bawumia is 33%. But among MPP supporters, Bawumia is 54%, Alan is 46%. What about floating voters?
Right. With floating voters, Alan is leading 32% against Bawumia's 26%.
So far. And what about among NDC people?
Among NDC, Alan is 41%.
So NDC people like Alan more than Bawumia?
Yes.
I see. And then what does Adam mean?
Right. This is a very, very tricky group of voters. We gave them the option to choose NDC, MPP, PPP, PNC, and CPP. They didn't choose any of these names. They chose other parties. And the size of this block is so huge that we don't believe they are really, truly other parties.
Really? Maybe
Yes.
they don't like NDC and MPP anymore.
No, we believe they either belong to them and they've abandoned them. They don't want to be.
Yeah, but,
yes.
but that's possible.
Yes. And we're able to trace who they are and where they come
So it's
from.
a sizable enough chunk to merit a full bar.
Exactly.
But among them, there are more Bawumia than Alan.
Yes.
30-24.
Yes.
So when you put all of this together, nationally, you get 36-33. But if you look at it in terms of constituencies, you did 68 constituencies.
Yes.
When you compare the two constituencies, who does better?
Now, Alan, let me just 1 sec.
So you did...
Alan won 29 of the constituencies. And Bawumia won 39 of those constituencies.
I see. So, and that translates to 57%
for
Bawumia
and 43% for Alan of the constituencies we polled.
But this is for MPP affiliates now.
MPP affiliates.
I wanted to now show the regional breakdown. So if you can show me the regional breakdown. So you have all 16 regions, and Greater Accra has 7 constituencies that you did.
Yes.
Ashanti has 8. And if you can show me the bar chart, guys. So in that one,
yes,
it's good. This tells me that, for example, in a region like Savannah, Bawumia wins all.
Yes.
I'm looking at the northern region. Northeast, he wins all.
Yes.
Northern, he wins all.
Yes.
Greater Accra, Baumia wins 4, Alan wins 3.
Yes.
Ashanti is interesting.
Baumia is dominant in Ashanti region so far.
6 and 2, but you did only 8 constituencies.
Yes, but from the sample we picked.
Ashanti has 43 constituencies.
From the sample we have picked, from this 8, Baumia is dominating.
6 to 2.
Yes.
Central, Alan has 4, Baumia has 2. Eastern, Alan has all 5.
Yes. Baumia got nothing there.
Upper West,
Baumia
got everything.
Everything, yes.
Upper East 4-1.
4-1, yes.
So in the north, he's very strong.
Very, very strong, formidable.
OT 1-1, he did only 2.
Yes.
Volta, Alan gets 4, Baumia gets 2.
2.
Which explains why NDC people, they like Alan. Western 3-1
yes.
for Baumia.
Baumia is very strong in the Western region too.
Western North 1-1.
Yeah.
Northern 4-0. Northeast 2-0. Ahafo 1-1. Bono 1-5 for Alan.
Yeah. Very strong in Bono.
So Alan is strong in Bono and Eastern.
Yeah.
Bono and Eastern.
And Central too. And
yes.
Central. And Central, yes.
So Bono, Central and Eastern. I wonder what the teams of the 2 candidates think. Okay. So, and then you did Greater Accra. Just look at it quickly. Greater Accra.
Ablekuma South.
Ablekuma South, Alan wins. Anyaso Otom, Alan wins.
Massively. I mean, you look at the Anyaso, 2% for Baumia in Anyaso Otom. 40% for Alan in Anyaso Otom.
But
Dominic is a dropping for Alan.
81
against 16.
Yes. Ashaiman 80 Alan.
Yes.
I see. So it's look at the more MPP they are, the more they like Baumia. The less hardcore MPP, the more they like Alan.
Yes.
That's what you are seeing.
Yes,
Madina is split.
Madina is split, yes.
Ayawaso East, which is dominated by people from the north.
Nima.
Baumia wins.
I think that's misconception.
It's not
it's not people from the north.
Well, how come they have 40? Okay, well, maybe I'm just making a mistake there.
Yes, because sometimes we put everything.
Anyway, he wins also West Welcome by even a bigger margin.
By bigger margin, 85%.
13.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Ashanti looks interesting. Show me Ashanti. You have
Asawase
is 39-30 for Baumia. Asokwa is 48-41 for Baumia. Kwadasu is 50-33 for Alan. Menshia North is 67-20 for Baumia. In Shaisu is the opposite.
Yes.
64-21 for Alan. Suyame is 52-44. Kwabre is 45-32, both for Baumia. Joabin 72-25 for Baumia. Central, I see. Central is interesting.
Yeah.
As you come out of being Baumia wins. As in South, somebody gets 34%.
Those people are I will not
vote.
So a chunk of
Asin South
MPP said they will not vote.
We have to go to Asin South again. Ewutu Senya 33-64 Alan. Goma East 46-54 Alan. Goma West. So Alan does well in Central. Then Upper Denchira West 73-27
Baumia.
for Baumia.
Yeah.
Eastern Baumia. Alan wins.
Alan wins, but there's a big trouble in Eastern region that MPP must keep eye on.
For the whole Eastern is MPP trouble.
Yes, MPP is in trouble in the whole Eastern region.
I see. Based on the things you found.
Yes. Look at the number of people who say they will not vote among MPP supporters.
Abrim 24 says they won't vote.
Yes. Higher than the
wow. In Koko 14% say they won't vote.
No, yeah.
Although Alan wins. Lower Manya,
because it's an NDC area, you see, I will not vote. It's not that.
And they are doing Alan.
They are doing Alan.
NDC, they like Alan a lot. Atiwa East. 37 Alan, 26 Baumia, 26 I will not vote.
Yeah.
Okre 46 Alan, 18 Baumia, 14 I will not vote. Upper West is Baumia
sweeping through.
Upper East Baumia.
Oti half.
Karachi East is for Alan. Nkwanta South is for Baumia.
Yes.
Volta Southtown Alan 60-40. Hohwe Baumia 57-43. Ketu South Alan. South Dai Baumia. Adakulu Alan. Bando Alan. Western secondary is dominantly Baumia. So Western is Baumia.
Only Takrade went to Alan.
The rest all went to Baumia.
Yes.
Western North is split. For the 2.
And Northern region.
Finally, when you compare them to John Mahama, what did you find?
All right. So what we did was to do head-to-head with John. Okay. So we looked at Baumia in a hypothetical race against John Mahama. And in that race, 30% of voters, all voters, said they will vote for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia.
So when you compare them to guys, okay, so if this is it. So
Yes.
53 Mahama.
Yes. 30% Bawumia.
And what is the 8? Someone
8%
else.
someone else.
9% say I will not
They
vote.
will not vote, yes.
Hey, these people will not vote, they are plenty. So if you add those who do somewhere else and I will not vote to Bawumia, still John
yes,
beats.
yes, John beats him.
What about Alan?
Now, in the case of Alan, it's much tighter race compared to that of Bawumia. Alan is on 37%.
Can you show me that, guys? And John comes down.
Down to 50%.
So Alan eats into John.
Yes.
And then 8% say they will not vote.
They will not vote.
5% say someone else.
Yes. Alan numbers part came from John Mahama, and some came from someone else, and then I will not vote.
So the insight we can glean is that people who are not hardcore MPP may prefer Alan.
Yes.
But the hardcore MPP want Bawumia.
Yes.
And if from what you've done in the 68, it looks like Alan may give John a more tight race
than Bawumia.
But you have to also do John and somebody to see if he's still winning. Or is
John
winning.
Against who?
Dufour. Or he's not.
No, John against Dufour. Dufour is not any closer.
He's not showing.
But what we're going to be doing next time again is to match Dufour against Alan and Dufour against Bawumia.
So how many concerts are you doing next?
75.
Do all the 270. Thank you. This is good. Musa Dankwa, Global Info Analytics. We'll be doing this with him as this is, I think, his 5th one. He's been doing this even pre-2020. We've been with him for a long time. Wow. So everybody must go and work. That's the whole story. Everybody has to work. And so that's what it means. We'll be your leading station for the election. Don't forget that. My name is Ben Lavle. Thank you for watching. We'll be with you next time. Bye-bye.